So this is one of the traps that we set to catch old Nobby, the problem crocodile, hanging around here at Escott Station. Nice big blue trap, designed for a crocodile in excess of 15 feet. Leading bait out the front here, which he didn't eat. Now this is an ideal trap site. First off, this was a game trail. This is where agile wallabies used to come through the mangrove and they'd come down here for a drink in the freshish water. And crocodiles tend to hang around these game trails trying to pick up a free feed. So what we did is we just cleared a little groove into the mangroves. Only had to remove a couple of very small mangrove plants and then set the trap up. You can see the big weight bags up in the tree. Look up in there. There's the weight bags. Okay, what I'll do now is I'll show you exactly how a crocodile sets the trap off.
Imagine I'm the crocodile. I'm lured right up into the back of the trap with a big piece of bait. I grab hold of that bait and pull on it, try to pull it out back to the water.
So as you can see, once the trap's gone off, the bag hoists the drawstring on the trap, and therefore the crocodile, he's got hold of the bait, he'll drop that because he's a bit confused, and then he'll come to the front of the trap, and he'll get his nose in there and he'll push, and he can't get out, and he'll try over here, push, and he'll just continue to try and push out, and he can't. He'll relax, he'll be a little bit confused, and then he'll start again trying to push out. And as you can see, there is no possible way that he can get out of the trap. He can actually bite it, get his teeth deep into the mesh and thrash around like this. And if all the strings break off around him, it just drops loose and he just cannot get out. The beauty of these traps is the croc can't hurt himself. There's no steel mesh, there's no way he can debark his head. But the unfortunate thing, the downside is, if a person gets close enough, gets within range, whack, the croc could bite out, get his teeth through the mesh and actually do damage to a person in and around the trap site. Pushing up here. Can't get out anywhere. You push up here, there's no way you can get out. Can't get out of this looking trap. Oh. Now I know what it really feels like. Righto, Ted, I've had enough now, let me out. Terry!
Oh, I'm coming! I'll be right there!
Hey, Terry, this is no time to be mucking around.
That got him. I'm pretty proud of my crocodile trapping techniques. Myself and Dad designed them back in the early 80s.
We're going right back deep into the croc files to find this old vision. Watch this girl bite me on the foot. Yow, that hurt. Every crocodile I've been called on to capture has required a different set of skills and techniques. That one sure sunk its teeth in, and this female is way up deep in a muddy cavern. There's only one way to get her out of here, and that's clear a big enough hole that I can get a lasso onto a stick and get it right up inside there. As she bites down on it, I'm able to get the lasso around her top jaw, and her top jaw only. Once that's secured, I should be able to manipulate her out of her little cabin. Oh, we've got the top jaw rope on, and she's a little bit stubborn to get out. She goes into a bit of a death roll. She's hanging on. She doesn't want to come out. They've only got short legs, but they're very powerful legs. Combine that with a stubborn attitude, and you've got an awesome force to get out of the mud. Here goes the blindfold. Once the blindfold's on, we're going to have to overpower her, which means, yes, jump on it. Luckily enough, I've got me mate Wes to help me out. Get a few ropes on, and then the last, probably the hardest part, is picking her up and getting her into my dinghy, into my little boat. Here we go. We're stuck in the mud. Bogged. Whoa! Gotcha!
I've been catching crocodiles since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. Just a small boy when Dad had me up in the wilds of northern Queensland catching freshies and saltwater crocodiles. What a great life up in the wilderness.
So the crocodiles come into our trap last night. It's first thing in the morning. We've got to get around there and get a top jaw rope on. But as I get down is when I notice.
Hey, Dad, he's missing half of his bottom jaw. This is a classic case. He's had half of his bottom jaw ripped off by another crocodile in a territorial dispute, and that's why he's hanging around here. Knocked off a dog, Probably had grab hold of a dead cow when he's floating around. And these become problem crocodiles because they can't compete with other crocodiles. If this bloke got into a fight with another large, dominant male, it would certainly cost him his life.
But he's good and strong. He's very healthy. He's worked out how to get feed, even though he's missing his bottom jaw. Look how fat his tail is. He's strong, fit and healthy. And you can see that bottom jaw. It would have been a hideous injury.
Just gonna bring these bags down a bit. Here we go.
He's a strong croc, and Dad watches on in case something goes wrong as I try to secure the first top jaw rope. The trick is to get the noose through the net in between his top and bottom jaw, pull it through with a stick, and then feed it back over his top jaw only. You can see I'm using a stick to push it down so it can get nice and snug and secure on his jaw. Now a second one. He's a big croc and he's strong, so I'm gonna need at least two, and he's pretty tired, so he allows me to slip the noose through. He's quiet now, he's used a lot of energy, and I'm easily able to poke it through, over his jaw. Once I get this one on, we're in with a show. Ooh, here he goes.
Hold him, Bob.
It's okay, Dad's got him from the side. Ooh, that was close. But it gives me enough time to get another top jaw rope on. Look at him fight. This croc has got a lot of go in him. He's very, very strong. So now that we've got him secured, there's one more job. Cut the ropes and get a blindfold. He's almost ready to go. We don't believe in using sedatives on crocodiles. When they're in this stressed state, a drug could actually kill the croc. So we subdue them with a very simple blindfold. And here I'm using a piece of canvas, just getting it over his eyes, and the croc will settle right down and be ready to be shifted. Okay, everyone off. Whoa. People pile off, we get the blindfold off, there's no ropes on him. This is his temporary holding enclosure while everyone makes a decision on where he's gonna go. If he's gonna be relocated or released back into the same waterhole he came from. He's a beautiful crocodile. Stocky, big body structure. And he's just on 14 feet in length. Look at that bottom jaw. I've got to try and turn him round and get him into the water. Ah, he's felt the water. Now that he knows it's there, he'll go in, submerged.
We knew that the only safe place we could put this poor disabled crocodile was back in the waterhole that it came from. So with the help of the cowboys that were originally afraid of him, we're gonna return him back to the water and we'll look after him. They'll protect him and they'll actually let him scavenge a little bit of food.
That's it.
Here's the game plan, Dave. If we can get him, pick him up, drag him down so as his head's sitting real close to the water, face to the water. Get the trailers and trucks and everyone out of the way so as everyone's behind and well back. And then we'll all be on him, holding him down. And as soon as we're ready, we'll get these ropes off. And then he's in.
Dragging his huge weight out of the crocodile crate takes all our strength, but the blindfold keeps him nice and quiet. We've got to pull his little legs up and drag him across the mud, right out in front of the water, and then get ready for my signal to get off and get off fast. Because if he turns round, he'll nail someone. Dad removes the top jaw ropes. 1, 2. Okay, we're ready.
Go, go, go! Everybody up!
And he's free. He's free to go. He sees the water, has a little swing at us, don't touch me, and in he goes. This is easily the most rewarding part of catching crocodiles. This is what it's all about. The release back into the wild where they belong. Beautiful animal.